guy, but he also can help you in the wide receiving room. Nichols once again, handoff, head down, moves the pile to about the 19-yard line, so that'll set up a 3rd down.
You're able to move the line of scrimmage, working on the left side.
Homer in the first half. Tanyan also in there. He's had a very impressive first half, number 83. 3rd and 4. Steelers lead 7-6, trying to extend this drive and eventually get more points on the board. Howard stays in that pocket, fires, and has a first down there. It's Tanyan again, and he's become a guy that is zeroing in. Rudolph likes him when he was in there, and I think Howard likes him when he's too. He goes to him quite a bit, and he's made an impact.
That was it, just trying to work a simple stick route there, getting up 6 yards, working outside. But again, this is the veteran right here realizing I can't get outside, so I'm gonna just find the hole, pulled up on the inside. Nice delivery of the football.
Robert Tanyan had a nice career in Green Bay. Again, that big year that produced 11 touchdowns. Aaron Rodgers obviously knows that he has a comfort factor with him. Pitch to Nichols, and he is hit immediately going down. Nice penetration there by Green Bay's defense. And that is Jonathan Ford who comes up and makes the stop. He was a former 7th-round pick.
Forcing the cutback right there. He was ready for Nichols as he was approaching the line of scrimmage.
Broderick Jones has been in there from what you've seen so far. I mean, he's had a pretty good camp considering where he's come from, a long way back.
Yeah, and he's been working a lot on the right side here, but here he is going back to where he played last year in the left tackle position, and that's what you want, position flexibility. Broderick Jones is showing that ability here today.
After that tackle for loss by Ford of Green Bay, Howard now trying to escape. He has wheels, but he's going to go down smartly as he gets to about the 29-yard line. 6 straight completions for Howard on the down to a 1-year deal. He's good insurance policy on that offensive line behind Spencer Anderson, who is trying to be that right guard to start the season. 3rd and 9. Howard now under pressure. He throws over his intended receiver into some traffic there, and it'll be 4th down. Levi Wentz was the intended receiver, and the Steelers are going to have to punt the ball away.
Tough break there, and pressure that was coming. It wasn't allowing his vision to get down the field, and it's just one of those ones. He's threw the ball away. Just don't throw it away in the inside. That's one of the ones that I'm sure they'll talk about. If you're going to throw the ball away, throw it at the feet, not up in the air.
All right, Steelers in punt formation. First possession of the second half results in another stoppage right here. We've had a lot of those tonight.
Too many men in formation on the defense. 5-yard penalty, still 4th down.
All right, so 4th and 9 becomes 4th and 4. Steelers will still punt the ball away. Cameron Johnson, second tour of duty here in Pittsburgh, suffered an injury. Will Shepard is back to receive this punt. He's from Colorado, was a draft pick last year. It's a nice punt by Johnston. Flag goes down. The return is on, but he runs into his own man and goes down. So Will Shepard had something there, but he ran into his own man and goes down, and we have flags on the play.
He threw that flag pretty early.
Along the near sidelines here, so it had to be some of the engagement from a gunner.
During the kick, illegal block in the back, return team number 27, 10-yard correction. After this, he's spot a foul. First down, timeout.
All right, that was Kitan Oladapo with the penalty. Green Bay has the ball when we come back to Acrisure Stadium.
The only guy in the same spot he was in last year. Some movement, but what do you like about that group?
Just the grit. They're willing to push together. You know, we play for each other, and so it shows on the field.
What do you like about what the offense was able to accomplish? 2 different quarterbacks played in the first half.
You know, they different quarterbacks, but same goal. You know, they both went out and balled out. It was good to see that, and excited to see some more.
Is it hard for you to not play tonight?
Yeah, I understand what it is, but when I see my boys out there, that's the first thing I told them. I was like, I wish I was out there playing with y'all, but I understand why.
All right, Jalen, thanks so much. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, Bob, we'll send it back to you.
Thank you, Missy and Jalen. We look forward to seeing you next week, perhaps against the Jets. A 3rd down and 1 there, and it looks like close. I don't know if they got it or not. Maybe a little bit short. Charlie, the Steelers looking at a lot of guys up front. We saw Gabriel Rubio come in, the rookie from Notre Dame. Y.A. Black, you saw what he could do. Sebastian Joseph Day, we haven't seen him, probably hope to see it next week, but they got some depth on this defensive line.
They do, and they're rolling. They have a nice backup unit that they have here, but again, who's going to separate themselves as it relates to making this roster?
Brandon Smith has been ruled out of this game by the Steelers. He had a couple of nice catches. Martinez with the ball carrier there. Damian Martinez of Miami of Florida, 7th round pick of Seattle. You see Drew Aller is warming up there, and of course, when you look at the Steelers, Drew Aller, one of a few Penn State guys, and he's looking to get in there and do what the first 2 quarterbacks have done, which is move the football.
All right, on your right is the Field of Genes, where the 49ers are welcoming in the Titans to kick off their preseason action together. We will be going back and forth between these games, and you'll end up seeing the conclusion of the Titans and the Niners as well. But we're live on NFL Network watching Packers and Steelers with Drew Aller about to dive in there. Send things back to Acrisure.
There you go.
I almost went to 2024 on you. Right there. Got back in the DeLorean.
It was a good time.
Back to the future now.
All 4 years at Georgia, but he was really good, and he became a 3rd round pick of the Steelers this year. 1st and 10, new set of downs. McCord, play action. Deep drop, looking down the field. Going into coverage there, and it's going to be incomplete. Again, Dalen Everett was back there. It was Michael Studevant who tried to beat him one-on-one, but the ball seemed to go inside when he was trying to go outside.
That was it. Everett forced him, the receiver, where he wanted him to go because he had a lot of grass to run across the field. That wasn't the design of the play. Everett cut it off, forced the air throw.
All right, so it's another 2nd down and 10 for Green Bay. Kyle McCord. Record setter out of Syracuse after 2 years at Ohio State. 6th round pick originally with the Philadelphia Eagles. In the shotgun. Steelers up the middle with pressure. He gets it off quickly, and he gets the 1st down on a nice play right there by Isaiah Nayer. And we have a penalty flag on the play as well. Everett was there on the play.
Looks like this one's going to be on the defense.
Was it on the quarterback? Perhaps a hit. I didn't see that part of it.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense, number 72, 15-yard penalty added to the end of the run, automatic, 1st down.
That was Anthony Goodlow for the Steelers. Came in.
One you just can't have right there, taking him to the ground. You have to put a pillow essentially down to lay the quarterback down.
Hard to do. 1st and 10, new set of downs after that penalty on the Steelers. Yet another one. Nice running inside right there.
Looks like an injured.
Yeah, injured player for Green Bay. It was Jaden Nixon, the ball carrier. We have a timeout because of that injury.
Timeout for an injured player.
That's Darian Kennard, who is down, getting attendance right now. We'll find out how he does. We'll come back with more. 7-6 Steelers lead, 3rd quarter.
All right, back here in studio, we're going to take it a kick of Titans and Niners, and then, you know, ping pong back and forth. We'll keep you updated on the proceedings in Santa Clara.
And off, and it's not going to be for much right there. It's Damian Martinez. Nice play defensively for the Steelers, and we welcome into the booth. You know him, you love him, Merrill Hodge, longtime Steeler. Was a 10th round draft pick, Merrill. Today they don't even have 10 rounds.
I know.
The road you travel to get to where you are.
How lucky was I? And kind of this lucky to be between 2 legends right now. And I know how hard it is to bring a guest in when you're doing the dang game too. So by the way, just keep at the game.
I'll just sit right here, brother. We definitely do.
3rd and 6. Well, we want to hear what you have to say because I know you bring it. Green Bay has 4 first downs on personal fouls tonight. So Steelers facing 3rd and 6, trying to get off the field here. McCord slings it. Nice catch there, and it's going to be first down yardage. And that goes to Michael Sturdivant. Nice presence there. He waited for his opportunity and slung it into coverage.
Yes, he did. Dropping out, playing coverage here. He's able to find a second window on the in route.
You talk about when you rush 2 and drop 9, there's not a lot of windows.
He was able to find
that one was like they just opened.
After
he was incredible.
Yeah. Pitt had his number here, though, when they played. 1st and 10 handoff. Again, it's Martinez and not much doing. So, preseason, Merrill, is a lot different than when you played. Of course, I go back to when they had 6 preseason games, which I can't even believe that was real.
Well, yeah, 44 years, that would put you back there, wouldn't it? Jeez.
I'm revealing too much.
Yes, all right.
But what's it like now versus what it was when you played?
Well, when you say that, okay, we had 24 practices before our first game. They had 11. But the one thing I can tell you that I've been impressed with, there's nothing live, but the tackling I think has been spectacular from the defensive perspective on the Steelers side.
All right, 2nd and 9 once again. Handoff up the middle. Goes for about 4 or 5. That was the 12th play of this drive. Started at their own 7, you might remember, and so far 6 minutes, Charlie, off the clock.
It really is, and you can see the defense bend that break mentality right now. But back to you, Merrill. I know one of the relationships that you see, you've been around football a long time, the quarterback-head coach relationship, that has to be strong. What are you seeing, how that is developing as you're watching training camp?
Well, I think one of the most powerful aspects of leadership and coaches or leaders is modeling, and to be able to see 2 guys that are modeling what they're talking about, the staff doing the same thing. These players have adapted and adjusted quickly to new systems, new routines. It's been impressive to watch.
Here comes the pressure up the middle. This time McCord has a lot of pressure in his face and he can't get it off. Steelers come after him and they make the play on 3rd and 5.
I'll tell you this, everybody wants, the offense has a lot of storylines, I get it. But I'm gonna tell you, this defense has been impressive with the pressures they've brought, things they've changed, personnel they've had in the box to be, to make the Packers second guess things. The way they've kept things in front, tackle, not big runs after catches, no big run. It's been impressive how they've done defensively. I think that's probably one of the most exciting things to this point of this game for the Steelers' perspective.
So that play led to this field goal. Steelers stopped them, and that means Trey Smack is on, and he converts from 38 yards. He has one from 37, one from 58, and now 38, and he's accounted for all the points. 9-7.
I remember mine. I dropped the snap.
All right. Haller under center. Handoff to Caleb Johnson, just a couple of yards there in his first carry of the night. The Steeler drives have started at their own 18, their own 15, twice at their own 20 and 13. So they haven't had many good operating times with this drive chart. So Drew Haller, who went in the 3rd round this year, Mike McCarthy's first pick as a quarterback. 61 career touchdowns, 13 interceptions there. Of course, he injured himself, had ankle injury against Northwestern, and that did his season in. So there are a lot of people wondering where he was going to get drafted. Certainly has the arm. You see that at training camp. He can zing it.
There's no doubt about that.
All right, 2nd and 8. Riley Nowakowski in the game. Handoff once again to Johnson. Boy, Green Bay doing a good job up front. Not much there. Christian Welch was one of the guys out of Iowa, undrafted. What about these running backs, Merrill? That's what you played. We haven't seen, of course, Warren and Dowdle. You know about them. But Caleb Johnson, last year, didn't have a very good year.
No, that fumbled kickoff that he had, that bundle there, the confidence that he lacked or lost, trying to reestablish that is something they're trying to do in preseason. So drives like this, every time he touches the ball or every time he's got a block, he's got to build his confidence on that.
Haller zings it over the middle. Weegen's going to turn on the speed. Hayden Weegen is on his way. Will he get caught? Turns it on extra. 10-5 down to the 2-yard line. A quick slant pattern. Shamar Bartholomew finally got to him, but Weegen turned on the Jets 75 yards.
And that is what you want. You have an injury on the backside here. Does a nice job of working him, knowing he's coming back inside. You hit him on a slant route, makes the safety miss, and here he is.
Even tripped up a bit there, but he kept it going.
He did. He's known for his speed. He's 4.47. Unfortunately, wasn't able to put it on. Stumbled just a little bit too much as he was coming out of it right there. I think that stumble prevented him from scoring this touchdown here.
You know, the talk about him is he's obviously going to impact the kickoff return, the punt return, but also these matchups. You know, this league's about matchups. You can play in the slot, you can play out of the backfield. You're going to incorporate this kid in ways that you can find matchups for him on third down. And everybody will say, well, he hasn't played a lot. I will tell you this, you would never know it. He looks comfortable in the slot. He looks comfortable in the backfield. And because he's so quick in and out of the breaks and catches the ball naturally, you know, you mentioned, Charlie, his speed. Can't teach that. And he's going to bring a lot of different options to this offense.
Nowakowski in the game. Caleb Johnson behind Aller, who rolls to his right, finds his man, and it looked like Nowakowski could have had that one. He's normally a sure-handed guy. Played on an Indiana national championship team. It looked to be there, Charlie.
Yeah, Drew Aller, he had him right where he wanted, just rushed it a tad bit. He got out to the outside, got more time than what you realize at that particular point. Set your feet, give him a better ball. That's one they'll talk about for sure on the sideline.
Still, they say you get your hands on it, you got to make the catch, right?
In our meeting, we're like, hey, catch the ball. And then we got, yeah, quarterback could have been thrown that better, but we still got to catch it.
Only the fourth incompletion of the night. This time, Aller's going to keep it himself, and he rolls into the end zone. Drew Aller with his first Steelers touchdown, and the Steelers have retaken the lead 13-9 pending the extra point. Nice play call there by Mike McCarthy.
Yes, it was, and that's one of those ones where McCarthy, he's going to be aggressive any point on the field, and right there he allowed Drew Aller to read that defensive end, he collapses on the football. Aller pulls it, tucks it away for the touchdown.
Kristen Welch was trying to get him, but he couldn't come down with him as Aller used his big body to lunge into the end zone. So that's 5 plays, 80 yards. 203, the big one, 74 yards. Laith Marjan is now in to attempt the extra point for the Steelers. He's a rookie, and he also knows he has probably no shot to make this team, but he's going to put tape out there, and that's the extra point, which is good. So his first opportunity with the Steelers is an extra point. 14-9 with 2:25 left in this third quarter. What a drive by Drew Aller. First one. Kyle McCord has been there. They also have another quarterback named Kyron Drones. Whether or not he gets into this game, we will see. Marjan with a kick, and it's taken at the 5-yard line. In the landing zone. And dynamic kickoff. Sturdivant gets to the outside. Not much there. That's where they're going to go to work. Let's take a look. Oh, did you ever run that fast?
Yeah, but I was on a treadmill.
Yeah, I do remember your 160.
Wait a minute, they're dragging me behind a bumper of a car.
You had a heck of a playoff game in Denver. One of the best in Steeler history. That's a completion there to Messiah Swinson.
I wish I had Weejan speed because I could have scored a lot of touchdowns in that game that I didn't.
What are your memories about that game?
We should have won. That's my only memories. And how important turnovers are at this level. You know, you just can't have turnovers and win in this league. We just had one too many.
2 minutes left here in the third quarter. Steelers have the lead of 14-9. Lou Nichols with a touchdown in the first half. Drew Aller on a keeper as he lunged into the end zone to cap that drive of 80 yards. Here's Kyle McCord firing, and he makes the reception on the outside. Does Sturdivant. Let's go back in time, Merrill. We knew you were going to be here, so we wanted to go back and show those shoulder pads, by the way. It's across the 45, run out of bounds there by Anthony Goodlow of the Steelers.
You know, I know this offense is going to get a lot of talk. Quarterbacks have played so well. Play calling's been awesome. There's been a lot of good things. But I'm telling you, this defense, from the back end, the pressure they've gotten, how well they have, you know, I'm talking about passing game, you know, timing and spacing is so important. When you play zone coverage, spacing is important. You know, and how you execute in your area. Man, they've been outstanding. When there was a tackle to be made, they've made it. I've just been so impressed with what they've done, no matter who's been on the defensive side of the ball.
And they just brought in a Landon Roberts, who played here a couple of years ago, went to Vegas, was with Patrick Graham, and now he'll be in uniform likely next week. Here's McCord under pressure, and here comes the backside pursuit, and that's going to be a sack. And a good play right there by Amari Harvin. Oh, I'm sorry. We got that's Israel Mokamu, just brought in this week, by the way.
And he had nowhere to go with the ball. He didn't have time. He didn't have anywhere to go with the ball. That's just complete defense right there. That's pressure, coverage,
And he's
timing, everything.
And he's played a lot of.
His role. He wants to go out in style, and hopefully that includes some playoff wins.
And yeah, absolutely. And there's been a lot of Steelers fans who watch and follow Aaron Rodgers throughout. I know Toby. I know he's listening. Young fan that is listening right now.
Missy Matthews is standing by with Cam Hayward right now. Missy, take it away.
Cam, take me through how you just feel like the defense has been playing tonight.
You know, we haven't surrendered a touchdown. Really good. You know, I think our tackling will be a little bit better, but overall, I think we're playing pretty good. Getting off the field, big sack at the end of the quarter, but you know, fourth quarter, we got to take over.
What's it like reuniting with him?
Well, you know, E-Rob, we've been accustomed to how he plays. He plays downhill. He's one of those old school 907 linebackers.
And Heidenreich is living a dream right now, you know. Charlie's had a lot happen to him. I know his parents are here. Dave and
They're
Tara.
confirming the proper enforcement spot. First down.
And that's what you see, a lot of the WPIL guys, and that was highlighted in the Football Town that was featured in February, where it highlights a lot of the players from the Western Pennsylvania area. Over 700 players have been drafted here. It is impressive.
All right, Drew Aller pumps it, and that's a reception, and some yak yardage right there. Max Hurleman turns away from the potential tackler, and he gets 17 yards as a result.
You can see him right in a hurry. He's able to get turned up the field right away. Things that they practice on. Don't run out of.
To have an opportunity in this game. Play action for Aller. Deep drop, floats it out to his intended receiver. Good coverage. Are they going to call pass interference? They are. That was intended for Levi Wentz.
Should be a pass interference here.
Pass interference. Defense for 20. Spot foul. First down.
That's Damani Jackson.
Correction, 28.
One of the things here is you're watching the route here.
It's on 20, it's on 28. He's another WPIAL guy from Aliquippa, Pennsylvania, of course, with Pitt. 7th round pick of Vegas back in 2024. So a lot of WPIAL people here. And that's Heidenreich as he tries to get a couple of extra yards. A lot of Steeler fans are watching Eli Heidenreich for the very first time tonight. But people in Mount Lebanon certainly.
He's looking to continue to impress. He's been doing so in training camp.
Aller now over the middle on a slant pattern. And that's another reception. This time it's Levi Wentz from Kansas Pine Ridgeland product, and a first down.
You can see Wentz right there realizing there's a defender that's running scot-free, understands where the throwing lane is, able.
Aller right now 3 of 4 for 100 yards. Another 1st and 10 for the Steelers. Aller zings it. Another reception. Hurleman. Boy, the slant patterns have come out big for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and he put it right on the money there. Another Steelers first down.
And this is where you see right now, Drew Aller wants to press the tempo because he realizes he has the defense right where he wants them. Another slant route in the middle of the field. Big gain as they now are approaching the red zone.
Aller's the leader, and that's where a lot of the yardage comes from. You get those yak yards. We haven't seen that much of it over the last several years. Most sideline kind of plays, but Mike McCarthy's calling these plays, and he's done a pretty good job so far. Now he's going to float one in the corner of the 5-yard line, but it goes incomplete. Good coverage that time as Hurleman really had nowhere to go. And that was Shamar Bartholomew in coverage for Green Bay.
Nice coverage by Bartholomew, and I think when you look back just on the right hash there, that's very tough.
Shotgun, quick hitter. Has this man. That's Lake McCree. Went to USC. He had 7 career touchdowns while playing out there. Kind of short-handed tight end. They like your sure-handed. He's a big target too at 6'4", 243.
And that's what you want right there. He played a lot. Played 51 games at USC. 97 touchdowns, 1,100 yards.
Just remember what I said earlier. They have not had ideal field position all night long. A couple of long drives. One resulted in no points, and then 2 more did. And there's a good strike again. It's Hurleman who's hit immediately on that play by Trey Dean. But it's good enough to move the chains.
You had the personnel group on defensively on the field. This is where you're taking advantage from a matchups perspective.
Aller now looking left. Doesn't like what he sees there. Sideline throw. It's about 6 yards right there. And again, it's Lake McCree. 6th round, or undrafted back in 2026 this year. A lot of people thought he'd go in the 6th or 7th round. He didn't.
I think a lot of that was a little medical there. He did tear his ACL twice. But can he get back and healthy? Everything that we've seen up until this point, it looks like he's overcome those injuries.
I'll tell you, Broderick Jones has had a big night of workhorse material. He's been in there quite a lot. Heidenreich up the middle, not much there. How do you think he's done so far? I think they're trying to get as much information coming back from that injury, and so far, give him a lot of credit, man. It's a long way back.
And that's what you want. You want to continue to play regardless of what quarter you're playing. If you're on the field, you want to try to continue to impress, and that's something that you're seeing out here on the field by everyone.
In the shotgun. Trips to the left, under pressure, steps back, goes into the end zone. And it was not going to work as Weegan was the intended receiver. Perry in coverage. Good coverage by Green Bay on that play, and there were not many options available to him. Another flag comes in, too.
There should be a hold on the defense.
Holding. Defense, number 34. 5-yard penalty. Automatic.
That's a good break for the Steelers. Bartholomew was the man who made that infraction.
You can see Aller.
Steelers have cut touchdowns by Lou Nichols and Drew Aller, and they're trying to add another one. Aller again rolling left, finds it, and it's a touchdown for Weegan. Caden Weegan gets into the end zone. He almost did earlier on the 74-yarder. This time he does. Another good pass by Drew Aller, who is rolling left and put it right on the money.
That's one right there. Typically you see quarterbacks rolling to the right here. Caught Green Bay off guard when you're sprinting out to the left, creating the matchup, allowing for an easy touchdown.
10 plays, 89 yards, 5:21, and again a long drive for the Steelers. All of the points they have resulting in touchdowns, no field goals tonight, and Mike McCarthy has to like that.
And that's exactly how you draw it up, a natural pick by your receivers, allowing Weegan to get into the end zone.
And the extra point is up. Marjan puts it through. So it's 21-9 with 8:51 left in this game, and Caden Weegan is having quite a night. 4th round pick.
Steelers in the second half of this game.
With the touchdown pass.
Back to Pittsburgh.
Nixon has it across the 20, 25. He's wrapped up across the 31. Another flag comes down. We'll see what that is. We've seen a lot of flags, but that's become typical for preseason games, especially the first one from what I've seen over the years.
Yes, it is, and a lot on special teams.
Holding. Return team, number 80, 10-yard penalty. First down.
All right, let's take a look at Drew Aller's night here. And again, Green Bay is Kyron Drones out of Virginia Tech, undrafted this year by Green Bay. So they're trying to get a look at a lot of people. Take a look at Drew Aller's stat. Rudolph, 10 of 11. All these guys have done well. That was, by the way, the 16th accepted penalty in this game. 2nd and 9 for Kalen Drones. Pressure coming, and he is going to go down. Jamin Davis with the pressure. He's been in the NFL for a while now. This is his 6th year. He was formerly a 1st-round pick. And he was down there in Washington when Cole Holcomb was down there.
There you go. You can see him just trying to set him up, but he didn't bite at all. And Davis stayed patient, and he knew absolutely what he wanted to do, was able to bring the quarterback down. But to your point, he played 56 games, 5 years in Washington, spent the year in Minnesota, 1 in Las Vegas, and he's trying to make this roster here. And what better way for you to show up and create a sack in the manner that he just did.
He was in Vegas when Robert Graham was in, or Patrick Graham was in Vegas, which means he knows that guy has some NFL experience, and that's why they brought him here and signed him. He's had 1.5 sacks in this game as well. It's been a big night. I think Robert Spears-Jennings He's looked really good. 3 tackles, 1 for a tackle for loss. Dalen Everett has been in a lot of places defensively.
When you look at just all of their draft picks, a lot of them, they're all playing here today.
Gabriel Rubio, we called his name a couple of times. 5 tackles on the night, 2 of them solo. And offensively, you know what they've been doing.
Everyone that was healthy made a play in this game here today. Obviously, the exception is Max.
And that big play there by Davis forces a punt. And Max Hurleman is back to get it. He takes it at the 40-yard line, tries to stay in bounds and then spin away from 2 people. Now there's more traffic and he's back down at the 40-yard line. We're going to go to break. Steelers get the football back with 6:19 left, leading 21-9.
Anybody can make it to a...
Come on. Those Steeler players, it is a good bonding experience. They do a great job up there in Latrobe at the Meadows.
Wow, late flag coming in here, Bob.
Another flag. That was Heidenreich with the carry. But Aaron Rodgers, man, this kind of symmetry of this game, you know, with McCarthy here tonight, and so far they approve of what they've seen. Mike McCarthy's first season and first game here in Pittsburgh. Handoff. Once again, it's Heidenreich trying to shed attack here. Heidenreich gets the yardage for first down, and a new set of downs for the Steelers as the clock continues to run, and the Steelers holding on to that lead at 21-9. Another first down.
And one of the points that we talked about as one of the keys to the game was time of possession, and this is where you control time of possession in your 4-minute offense. You have the lead, you know you have to bleed the clock, and you have to control that line of scrimmage offensively. That's what this line is doing because this clock continues to tick.
Charlie, you go back with the Aller family too. You have a couple interesting stories which we will get to. Aller in the shotgun right now with 4:02 left in the game. Fires behind his intended receiver there, almost intercepted. That was Jalen Simpson who was there defensively.
It looks like Drew was expecting him to break out, but a little miscommunication on a route right there.
And keep in mind, a lot of players are in and out of this lineup. It's not like a consistency.
We're doing the exact same thing in different spots.
And up again, Heidenreich tries to make a little bit of move there. And they finally get him down, but man, he keeps on going. And Charlie, we mentioned that we talked about Drew Aller, and you knew him from when he was a little kid. In fact, this is a team picture with, there you go, Uncle Charlie up here. 3rd and 8 for Aller. See what he could do here. And it's Heidenreich up the middle with some hard yards. It's going to be short. Mike McCarthy said he would like 55 offensive plays, combined rushes or completions in a game. Well, tonight he's got 50 so far, and it's adding on 24 rushes, 26 completions. You do that and spread it around. Heidenreich remains back there. Jacoby Kenny James, number 23, also in there. Aller going for it all down there, and there's a penalty flag. 2 of them thrown. Max Hurleman was the intended receiver, and he draws that penalty. Hurleman got position. And once again, it's Jalen Simpson, who looks like he was the culprit.
And the one thing.
Pass interference. Defense, number 38. Ball be placed in the spot of the foul. Automatic. First down.
So just when we thought maybe you can run the clock out, they go for it. And why not?
About being conservative, that is not a word you're associating yourself with Coach Mike McCarthy. You see 4th down there, play clock was running down. He's taking a shot down the field, and he's trying to control this game and making sure they walk out of here with a victory.
And Simpson made sure he was grabbing onto him. Hurleman felt it. And both officials on that side of the field threw flags. So there you go, a new set of downs now. The Steelers operate from the 14-yard line of Green Bay. Heidenreich bounces to the outside, now tries to cut back inside. Gets about 3 yards on the play before he's knocked down. Some good performances tonight by a lot of these guys. Started with Travis Homer. We didn't expect to see him right from the first drive of the game, but he did, and he played pretty well.
We approach the 2-minute warning.
This is 2-minute warning.
All right, 21-9, Steelers lead Green Bay, and they have held Green Bay without a touchdown.